No, I mean, I for some reason I just can't find like any full field. I mean, maybe I'm not looking hard enough. But what up, though, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Easy. We are live with Luke motherfucking G. What up, though, man?
Hey man, what up, though? Let's do this, man. Let's talk some football. You know, and listen, it's always funny because anytime we get on it, I think most people expect for us to get into a damn shouting match. I think they expect that.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Luke. I sold it as that though because that is the expectations.
I mean, listen, if you say something crazy, I got to correct you.
Yeah.
so it's only right if I say something crazy, you correct me. It only makes sense. And if we're not going to do it that way, then what's the point of doing it at all? We got to be honest about what's going on.
Real quick, are you be confident to like the people throughout the show, like on YouTube or whatever?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cause I just want you to see the thumbnail. Cause I ended up just making. That's why I was stalling the whole time because I was actually on Photoshop doing my thing.
I got to learn how to get that in. Yeah, I got to learn how to get that in.
Hey.
Look, man, I wanted a debate.
Yeah, I'm about to say. You see that one?
Look, hey, listen, you may get one. He gonna say something crazy. You know for a fact.
Gonna say something crazy.
You know for a fact he gonna say something crazy, and you know he gonna push certain agendas that ain't necessarily true or reflective of the views of the people who are watching.
No, you put something.
Did you put the Thanos up there? So you Thanos?
Yeah, baby.
You do realize that Luke Cage won and Thanos took an L, right?
That happened in the comic books.
You said what? That
happened?
I'm just saying, man.
That didn't happen for real.
I'm just telling you what happened in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, Thanos took that L.
Oh well, yeah, but
Eddie took it 3 times. Took an axe to the body.
Survived that though. He didn't go.
He did, but he walked around with the remnants of a limp. Right? Then he lost the head. Then after he lost the head, he got snapped out of existence. That's 3 L's in a row. 3 strikes and you out.
He also beat the fucking Avengers, bro.
He won round 1.
Fucked them all up. Had my son crying in the movie theater.
He won a battle. They won the war.
Tis true. But let's get into it, man. First of all, because we kind of talked. We were obviously on the phone before we went live, but so you didn't finish all Jared Goff's
press conference? Nah, yeah. I didn't care. I can care less.
Yeah,
I was more focused on what Brad Holmes had to say. Like, to me, Jared Goff is going to do everything every player we bring in here to do. They say all the right stuff. I want somebody to come in here and be like, I'm really not in the mood for talking. I want to get to work. And right now, this is taking a lot of time for me doing that. So if you got any questions, let's get to it. Yeah, I want that kind of attitude. And until we get that, I can care less about what he goes out and say, because it's not going to be the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to talk about like the energy he was bringing, man. It was so like, I wish you like you. I mean, you heard him speak initially, though, right? Like,
I did.
Weak. It was soft, was it not?
I mean, I can't tell that from temperament. I can't tell that, right? Because there are a lot of soft-spoken people that don't necessarily mean that they weak. Barry wasn't a talker, yeah. But when he hit the field, you got it done, right? Like, he wasn't a huge talker. Golden Tate wasn't a talker, right? He talked trash on the field, but in the media,
Golden Tate was talking.
But on the field, but in the media, he's not gonna do all that talking, bro.
I couldn't tell if it was like if it was California cool, or if it was like he just fucking can't get over the fact that he's like in Detroit. Like, I don't know, man. It didn't sound good to me.
I mean, the truth is with Jared Goff was Detroit probably the place he wanted to go? No, because you essentially are being told by your old organization that you wasn't good enough, and we got somebody who better. And then you send me to an organization who has a history, that you send me to an organization who has a history of not winning. And so it's kind of like a double slap for him. I can understand that frustration. But at this point, he got to play. And he has to perform. And he has to prove doubters wrong and the fans wrong. Because there's a lot of people who, for whatever reason, hate him already. He hasn't thrown a pass in a Lions uniform.
I will admit I don't hate him. I just don't have like high expectations for him, man. That's why I'm so high on like that's not actually the only reason why I'm high on it, but like, you know, I already know I'm the trigger train conductor. like that's what I want.
You know, I feel like even if you are not high on him or you don't have high expectations for him, that's perfect. You shouldn't. There's no reason for you to have high expectations for him. You shouldn't have no high expectations for no quarterback, in all honesty, because you should be drawing up a system that is tailored towards them being successful. And 9 times out of 10, most people are not drawing up those type of systems, and so it don't matter what the standard is for Jared Goff. What is the rest of the team doing that supersedes that?
That's 100% true, but you still need the quarterback to execute in his role,
right? Manage the game,
yeah,
and he can do that.
Fuck it up. Don't try to do extra shit. Like
he can do that, but the problem, my problem is this: I'm a person I'm a fan, right? Like I'm a fan of Trey Lance. I am. But I also am a fan of football first. And I know with a person like Trey Lance, you have to have an almost perfect situation. And what I mean by that is it needs to be in such a way that he comes in and is asked not to lose games. My issue is with the more film I watch on him, if he had them same numbers, did everything he did, and he came out in the 2020 draft with Joe Burrow, Tua, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, like just look at it in that group. Would Trey Lance be a first round pick?
Out of the group he's in right now, or would Jared say?
No, I'm talking about if he was drafted last year in the 2020 draft. Mm-hmm. A group that had Joe Burrow, Tua, Justin, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts. Is he drafted in the first round?
Yes.
How?
I mean, I think you heard from tons of the fact that look at how many quarterbacks are in this draft, right? Mm-hmm. Like tons of them, and he's still in the first round of this conversation. Guys like Jalen Hurts, stuff like that, they're second round conversation people. I mean, Jalen Hurts went in the second round. The quarterbacks talk about in the first round would be Herbert, Tua, and Burrow, obviously. I mean, we knew Burrow was going one. Would he go number one overall? No. Is he going number one overall this year? No, but he's still a good quarterback. Listen, I'm not gonna say he's a good quarterback. I'm sorry. Good college quarterback, yeah. But the prospect of him, the ceiling's so goddamn high, Luke. He's got the best arm in this draft. Questionably,
I would disagree with that, but
yeah, most scouts are giving him the best arm as far as velocity, power, all that stuff. He could run. Is he raw? Yes. Can you work with raw? Yes. He's not, like I say, he's not the first overall guy. He's gonna sit and you're gonna be able to mold him. The other part about that is you can be gracious with him the time he sees the field. Like he's gonna have to earn it truthfully and play the way you want him to.
Yeah. Not only would he not be a first round quarterback, if he had been drafted last year, it just show you that the proof is in the pudding. See, each time a person comes out, it's at a very good point. He's technically really only played one season, and so that body of work is not enough information that would have warranted him to be a first round talent. Joe Burrow
he's still that in this draft. Like
I'm sorry,
he's still like that's the same scenario in this draft. He's still a first round pick. Like the talent is there.
You're assuming that he will be a first round pick. We don't know if he's going to be a first. Well,
yeah, we don't know for a fact, but I damn guarantee that he's definitely like a first round talent, regardless. Like I don't know, especially like in comparisons this year's draft to like last year's. Like I think there's more quarterback talent here. And it's kind of evident with how many quarterbacks they have going.
I feel like these two drafts are pretty similar. It's just that more teams are in need of quarterback this year. And so you have more teams who are willing to get away from their older quarterback counterparts. But Trey Lance is not even the best quarterback in this draft. And so
correct.
So with him not even being the best quarterback in this draft, it doesn't make sense to say that he would have been a first round talent in next year's draft because he wouldn't have been the best quarterback in that draft. The one thing that I would
not a first round talent though. Don't just because you're not the best doesn't mean you're not first rounder.
Yeah, but my point I'm trying to say to you is he wouldn't have got taken before Joe Burrow. He wouldn't have got taken before Tua. He wouldn't have got taken before Justin Herbert, right? Like these are the three right there. He wouldn't have got taken before them. They went out and took Jordan Love, and I still think Jordan Love would have been taken before Trey Lance because Jordan Love had a body of work. Trey Lance didn't have a body of work. He still wouldn't have got taken before
So I think he would have got taken before Jordan Love, just because again the like what's there is so like God given, and you have the ability to sit him, which is obviously what Green Bay is doing with Jordan Love anyway. Like
he wouldn't have went ahead of Jordan Love. If you believe that he would have went ahead of Jordan Love, I'm telling you, you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're 100% wrong. One of the reasons why Jordan Love was even taken was not only because he has a similar like you said, attributes to being like upside and stuff like that, but Jordan Love has 3 full seasons as a starter, whereas Trey Lance only has 1 starting season, and it was in a conference that most people don't respect any damn way.
But that's still the case in this year's draft, and he's still ranked over plenty of quarterbacks. Like that's not. I love you, Luke. That's not really a valid argument in that stance because like that's still the case this year, and he's still over tons of quarterbacks.
But he's not over tons of quarterbacks. He's not even projected to be the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks really taken.
Okay, but that's top 2 or 3. He's still like first round. He's still top 5, top 10.
No, you said that my argument was weak because I told you that he doesn't have the body of work by having 1 season. And so one of the things that when we talking about this, I want you to keep in mind before you jump in, hear the whole statement, because what I'm saying is not only true, it stands to show. If you were to add him into last year's draft with the body of work that he has, he would not hold up. Everybody in that draft who was a quarterback last year had more than 1 season of success. He had 1 season of success in a conference that most people just like, okay. And on top of it, there are parts of his game, as you said to yourself, is he raw? Yes. Nobody's going to take a guy in the first round who's that raw. Now, in this draft, because you have so many people who are quarterback needy, I can see it happening. But I wouldn't be surprised if he fell out of the first of this year's draft, because a lot of times it is a matter of that rawness. But that's more the reason why, to me, he's not going to be a Lion and probably shouldn't. And the evidence is there. Because go ahead.
Your statement makes no sense because you said there's people with a bigger body of work than him, so he would have went. That's still the case in this year's draft, and he's still ranked over Mac Jones, Kyle Trask, and people with like larger bodies of work. We're talking about Trey Lance, a sophomore, Mac Jones, junior, Kyle Trask, senior, Jamie Newman, senior. You know what I'm saying? Like Kellen Mond.
Newman don't senior. Count. He garbage. And again, you got to
count because they have a bigger body of work and better divisions. That's the argument you're making.
No, that's not the argument I'm making. No.
Literally said
stop for a second. Just stop for a second, and I'm gonna make sure you understand what my argument is. My argument I'm making is this: if you go to last year's draft and you threw Trey Lance in there, I say he would not have been a first round talent, right? And I said he would not have been a first round talent because of the body of work that he would have had. It would have been only 1 year of success based on last year's draft. He would have only won 1 year. In this case, he had the same 1 year. He did play 1 game this past season, which I don't know why they thought to do this. That was the dumbest thing I ever seen in my entire life, to do this 1 game. But they did have the 1 game. And when you go through and you look at that body of work in comparison to the other people, I'm telling you, there's a difference, because now it's only 1 body of work of success in a conference that people do not necessarily superly respect. And so there's the rawness of his game where he was able to get away with certain things that he could not do it, right? And so when you have the ability to compare him and line him up, I would not be surprised if he did not get selected in the first round of this year's draft. But I know he 100%, had he came out last year, would not have been a first round pick. 100% because of his body of work.
It's the same body of work plus one game.
Well, the same body of work that you're looking at now is different because now he's different because now the body of work that you're trying to say is the same body of work is different because now you have more teams who are quarterback needy. They are more desperate and likely to take a chance on a quarterback. I mean, we just got 2 firsts, a third, and a quarterback replacement for Stafford because the quarterback needy team was like, bump this. I need a quarterback. And when you get these teams who are desperate like that, yeah, you get people that move up boards. But in the case of the Detroit Lions, or in the case of Trey Lance as a whole, I don't see a guy that I would be willing to hitch my wagon to as my first pick. I just don't.
I do and this is the reason why this conversation came up from the podcast I did with Sean Beligian, but I do, and I spoke to this too, I do from the philosophy standpoint, especially considering the 2 first-round picks that we have in these next 2 drafts. Like, if you have a guy, it is totally, like, dependent on the talent evaluator too. You know what I'm saying? The GM and Dan Campbell. But if you have a guy that you truly believe in at that spot, at a position as important as the quarterback, I mean, you pull the trigger all day. Quarterback and defensive end, like,
why?
More so quarterback, in my opinion. But you said why?
Yeah,
because the importance of a quarterback on the field is obvious, evident. I should have to explain that part, but off the field, you factor in stuff like salary cap, especially in a situation where you're paying a guy right now $25+ million a year, and he's what he is and we'll admit it, right? He's kind of just a serviceable system guy. Do we agree on that with Goff at least? Can we say that, or do you gauge Goff as like a system guy?
I think all of these quarterbacks are system guys. Tom Brady's a system quarterback.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why people don't understand this, but that's the reality. They're all system quarterbacks.
I can't really say that when it comes to guys like
who's not a system quarterback. Who's not a system quarterback?
Russell Wilson.
It's a system quarterback, 100%.
No.
His most successful years came with a system that allowed for it to be run first, set up play action, and throw short routes. What are you talking about? I'm a Seahawks fan too.
It's set up that I'm a Seahawks fan as well. It's set up that way. Yes. Does it work out that way? No. If everything went the way it planned, every team would be undefeated. You know
listen. This is
where Russell.
You're changing the argument. You're changing the
quarterback. But let me tell you the statement because you asked me who's not a system guy. I don't think Russ is a system guy. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a system guy because they're not system dependent. They do work outside the pocket where plays break down and they make plays. They make shit happen. That's just not by design. You know what I'm saying he's not designed to find space in the pocket to run scramble for a first down or run around until your athletes and the receivers downfield get open and make the open catch. That's not design. That's not system. You know what I'm saying?
Every quarterback in the NFL is a system quarterback. They're if you don't believe me, then that means that quarterbacks, if they were just doing it off their own merit, they would be successful no matter where they went. It doesn't work like that. Like, they have to be in the right system, hands down. And a lot of the times when you put a person in a bad system, you see the difference in play. It just is what it is. I would love to make things be different. Like, look at Teddy Bridgewater on the Saints and then look at Teddy Bridgewater on the Panthers. They look like 2 different people. 2 totally different people.
I mean, I can't really even say that, though, because it's such a small sample size with the Saints. But, yes, there's a system in place for these quarterbacks to run. But there's guys that aren't dependent. There's guys that can mold into any system because they make plays. And that's what I'm talking about, Aaron Rodgers.
A system quarterback.
No. You're just, that's one we'll never agree on.
We don't have to agree on it.
Yes,
the difference between how I'm viewing it and how you're viewing it is you want to give credence and praise to one player who is constantly dependent upon everybody else to make plays for him, which is the quarterback position. The quarterback position is reliant on everything else around it to work in order for him to look good. He needs receivers to catch. He needs people to block. He needs running backs who can block and run out the backfield and catch up the backfield. He needs tight ends to run routes. So everything is dependent upon that for that quarterback to look good, for everything else to work. So when you look at that part of it, they're all part of a system that is required for it. My problem is with people like Trey Lance is when I watch his film and I'm saying to myself, you're taking off and you're running when there are people wide open. That's not acceptable, right? Because the last quarterback I saw who played that way, he got broke the fuck up, i.e. Robert Griffin III. And so if you're telling me that, oh, Trey Lance is the answer, I'm telling you, Trey Lance ain't even the best quarterback in this draft. He can't be the answer for the Lions at 7. He wouldn't have been a first-round pick in last year's draft 100% because I'm telling you, he does not have enough experience in that role. They would look at that 1 year.
Luke, it's the same amount of experience he has in this year's draft. He's going for a first.
But
round.
The difference is this: teams were not quarterback needy. They wasn't desperate for it. Like for example, like if you were super hungry in the desert, you'll drink your own piss. But right now, you have the option to flush it down the toilet. And so what I'm telling you is
don't drink your own piss in the desert, people. You would die. Your body exits that stuff for a reason. Y'all can do that.
I'm just saying to you that when you are in a desperate need and a desperate position, I'm telling you and that's that like, you would do things different.
That's
so he's not a first round pick based on his talent alone. He's a first round pick based on the prospect that a lot of teams are quarterback needy.
Now, I just want to touch on this too real quick before we move on too far from it. Is the system guy. So this thing, because somebody asked Steve-O, shout out to Steve-O. He said, what's the definition of a system quarterback? A system quarterback to me, yeah, you could say all that stuff. Everyone's a system guy. Everyone is in a system. Yes, correct. But there are guys outside of the system, or when that system fails, they make shit happen. And those are the guys. A system quarterback to me is one that is completely reliant on that system working, the scheme and all that stuff like that. But when scheme doesn't go to plan and shit breaks down, the Mahomes, the Wilsons, the Rodgers in his heyday, those are the guys I can't say is a system guy. If you want to say system, like, yeah, they're in a scheme, sure. You'll be right on that 10 times out of 10, but that's just my definition of a system guy, is a guy who's only successful within it. When it breaks down, those are guys I think, I'm not going to tell you they're a system quarterback. They're just good-ass quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one of them things where I'm telling you that for me, it doesn't look like the Lions are going to take a quarterback this year. So you can agree to that, or you can agree to disagree, but it looks like they're not going to take them there. It's like they're going to try to trade that pick, get other assets, and fill other holes, which is the logic that they should do. Now, if they had to still cap Stafford, they would have took the quarterback, and it made sense to do it then, because with Stafford, you have an expiring contract on an aging quarterback, and so you're like, okay, I got an expiring contract on an aging quarterback. Now the script has been flipped to a guy who's 26, 27. Whatever the hell Goff is, and he still got 4 years on his contract. I got time to build a team up for at least 3 seasons before I could decide to go out and add a guy to this mix. I mean, I even looked at next year's quarterback class, and I'm like, yo, Trey Lance probably wouldn't be a first round talent in next year's quarterback class, because I think he's just too raw. He's still got a lot to learn, and the decision making. I don't care what the physical attributes were. It don't matter. I'll never forget this interview that Michael Vick did, and Michael Vick said that if he could have took his 30-year-old self and went back and talked to his 21-year-old self, he would have told his 21-year-old self to stay in the pocket more and throw the ball. And he said the reason he realized it was, he said that his career would have been even better. He said because he realized that, yeah, he was known for being a runner, but people seem to think that he can't throw the ball, or that all he can do is throw the ball deep. And I'm like, yeah, because a lot of times you took off and ran in games where people were wide open.
And that's the beauty of the Trey Lance situation, is regardless of whatever situation he's put in, despite injury, he's sitting a year, and you're able to mold him. Like I said, that him seeing the field is earned or graced upon, like, if he's, I guess to your point, if he's following the system, or if he's doing the things that this team wants to do to win. Now, do I think the Lions are going to take Lance? I mean, I said this in a live beforehand on the way home. I think it's possible they don't. I think from things that I've heard from Brad Holmes, along with the Tim Boyle move, I could definitely see where they're not taking a quarterback. And I felt responsible to say that in my last live too, because you already know I'm the conductor of the Trigger Trade train. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You the fan club leader.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I feel responsible and obligated to why. What you mean why? There's so much like raw talent there, and the fact that you're sitting him either way, like you build around him, play the game. Like the philosophy.
Would you marry someone on raw talent?
Shit, the head game proper. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen, forget all that. I'm talking about overall. Some young, unexperienced person that you met and you go, oh, they got all the potential in the world, and you gonna marry them. They don't understand nothing about how to be in a relationship, but they have the ability to learn it. Would you marry? That's
terrible. This ain't marriage, bro.
No, it is a marriage because when you go out, it's a marriage. When you go out and you
there's literally a set expiration date.
It's a marriage because if you look at the franchises who go out and make mistakes at the quarterback position, look how far it set them back. Hell, look at the Bears. They don't went out and had Nick Foles. They don't try to chase Daniels. Now they don't goddamn Andy Dalton. They struggling because they made that one quarterback mistake. It is an absolute marriage. Go and talk to the teams who took Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, right? And then you go and look at the teams who took the Russell Wilsons, the Patrick Mahomes. Their marriages are working out. Like Peyton Manning's 100%.
You can call it a marriage.
Peyton Manning's 100%. It's a system quarterback.
Whatever you want. It's not the best. It's like a bad analogy, Luke. There's literally an expiration date. They're called contracts. This contract ends on this date.
It's a marriage, bro.
You can't trade your wife for another wife. That's not.
But you can though. You can.
So right now you call your boy up like, hey, you wanna trade marriage license, and then she'll just come, fulfill all the responsibilities.
What you do is it's the exact same thing. And no matter how you try to spin it, the reality is it's a marriage. If you're taking a guy, it's a marriage. I'll flip it one over. Let's say, for example, right? Marriages are basically contracts. I don't know why he don't understand this, but
you sign contract fact, but there's not an expiration date on that contract. Maybe until you die, till death. Marriage is till death. NFL draft contract.
That's the aspiration date till death. The marriage is that's the aspiration because death. Who's to say that death isn't tomorrow?
Luke. Stop.
Luke, listen. You're missing the point. You're trying to compare apples to apples when we're just comparing fruit to fruit. And what you're not understanding is when you go out and you take a quarterback 7th overall, that is a marriage. You are locking yourself into that person. Now, when you had this conversation with Sean pointed out to you but you're talking about having the guy sit for 2 or 3 years. And you wasted 2 or 3 years of his time, and now he goes out and have one good season and wants a big contract. Now what? You haven't even now. Are you not going to pay him?
It could be 2 good seasons.
How would it be 2 good seasons?
Because it's going to be a 5-year contract. We all know the last year he's probably going to get re-upped if this happens,
right?
Which I've already admitted I'm not sure. I'm not confident that it will, but you have 2 years, Luke, because again this 5 years. So. Maybe and it may even be 3.
Right, but what I'm pointing out to you is if let's say he goes out and he played 2, let's say they sit him for 2 years, and let's say he do play those 2 years, right? That's 4 years of him playing. The contract gonna be held, and if you try to pick up that 5th year option, the contract is just getting bigger and bigger that he's gonna charge you when the time comes. And so my attitude to it is this: you're locking yourself into a person. Steve-O says it depends if it's cheaper to keep it. It is sometimes on that, but but I'm just saying.
I just the analogy because I was like, what? Hold on, wait.
No, listen. The reality is it's a marriage, and it's no matter how you look at it. And I look at things like this.
A marriage.
It's 100%.
I get it. That's a regular use. That's a regular use term. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know who Gary Owens is? Do you know who that is? Yeah. The comedian Gary Owens. You know him.
Bengals fan.
You know him and his wife been married 18 years and they getting a divorce.
Okay.
Right. So
have you seen quarterbacks on an 18-year contract?
Hold on, stay with me. We've had Matthew Stafford. How many years?
Divorces happen, but that's
hold on, wait. How long was Matthew Stafford here?
Contract is not even close. Like
wait a minute. How long was Matthew Stafford here?
Huh?
How long was Matthew Stafford in Detroit?
12 years. His
Okay.
contract.
Hold on.
His
Wait, no,
contract
no, no,
ended,
no, 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 no,
and
no,
they had
no,
to
no, no, no,
re-sign.
no, 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 no,
Do you
no. Wait.
re-sign in your marriage?
Listen, yes, you do. Stay with me.
I've never been married.
Yes, you do.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yes, you do. You do re-sign in your marriage because you have people who do vow renewals. You have people.
Oh, well, that's optional.
No, hold on. Stay with me. A lot of times when it comes to the marriage part of it too, you are always doing a constant re-sign because when you are in a marriage, it's constantly changing. But what I'm trying to show you is that it's the same thing happened in sports. Go and look at how long was Tom Brady in New England.
Luke, let's talk sports because that's so far. They're not the same.
Listen, we are talking sports. You just don't like the fact that your argument for taking this guy who is raw, and the only reason you want to take him is based on potential. I can take you and say, you know what, I'm going to put you in an operating room.
Luke is based off potential.
No, you're trying to change the subject again. Stay with me. We're not talking about every single player. We're talking about Trey Lance and him only.
Yes, but the fact
no facts over here that don't pertain to Trey Lance.
Okay.
No facts over here that don't pertain to Trey Lance. When it comes to Trey Lance, you admit that he's still raw.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Trey Lance is raw.
Okay. Why would you take him as a seventh overall talent as a raw player?
Because it's the most important position on a football team, quarterback. And again, that counts to on field and off field. This guy pans out on field. That opens up so many things for you off field. And not even specifically Trey Lance, any quarterback. If you believe in the quarterback and you can have him there on a rookie deal, that opens up so many more opportunities for you. And based off the history of the Super Bowl winning teams, those are team-friendly contracts. Every single one. The only ones that aren't Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Two of the arguably the greatest to do it. The philosophy.
Your argument is
go ahead.
Your argument is so flawed because
it's not flawed. But go ahead.
Your argument is so flawed because your view is oh, you got to get them on a rookie contract. That only counts if they are the starter on that rookie contract. If they're not on the field playing, who cares if they got a rookie contract or not? They're not on the field playing, and so. That's one. Two, the Lions have a quarterback.
Real quick, hold on. Can I just tack one real quick?
Go ahead.
He's obviously they have plans for him to be a starter eventually. He's still a first round. This guy, but even if it's not Trey Lance, he's a first round hype. You know what I'm saying? There's still like potential around him, and he can still trade that. So that's not. I just want to usher that one out the way. We could start at one again with another.
Two. Going on to two. The Detroit Lions have Jared Goff on roster, who's a quarterback replacement who does not have a rookie contract. So all you're doing is taking a player as a luxury pick, 7th overall, to fill out a team that has many holes. And what he's going to tell y'all is but can you fill all one holes with just that one pick? No, but I can fill one hole with that one pick. And so if I can fill that hole versus trying to take a luxury pick on a hole that's already filled, that doesn't make sense.
The quarterback fills so many more holes for you in 2 years now when you have him on that rookie deal and you sign so many free agents such as Devin White, Nick Bosa. That rookie deal, clearing your cap of $25 million fills holes.
Okay. But how long are you saying that we got to wait for that? 2 years? A year? How long you want to say?
It'd be 1 or 2 years. Now, are we going to fill all these holes in 1 year, Luke?
They're doing it right now. Are you not paying attention?
So we're going to fill all these holes. So, like this team.
Yes, they have to. You got to put a roster together. Yes, you have to.
Okay.
You have to. You just have to. They have to put a roster together. And in order for you to do that, you got to do it. And so right now we have holes.
They had a roster now, and we agree there was holes because there's positions of need that need upgrades.
Not upgrades. No. Not upgrades. I'm talking about actual holes. Like, I'm serious. Like when I tell you, once you say Tracy Walker, who's the next safety?
I can't even tell you right now, but I can pull it up.
Let's pull it up. Pull it up. The point that you can't even say it is the first tail. That's a hole.
Like if we're looking at it as actual holes, even then, Luke, they're not all going to be filled.
They have to. There's no. How do they not fill all the holes this year?
So by your logic, then, even if they take Trey Lance, all those holes would still be filled.
No, by my logic, taking Trey Lance takes away a option of filling one of the holes
they would
in the
still
draft.
need to fill a
You,
hole.
what you do is this. What you do is this. And I can't remember who said this. I feel like it was either Motor City. No, I feel like it's either Motor City Thanos that said this. Who said that? You build.
Gotta change his name.
You build your team through the draft, and you support it with free agents. And so there, if you got a pick like 7th overall pick, like if I give you a perfect example, right? Perfect example. Let's say the Lions had the 3rd pick that you was hoping that they somehow fought and lost and got themselves into position to because you thought some strangeness about it. But let's say they had the 3rd overall pick, and they're sitting there, and they got Aaron Rodgers as their starting quarterback. Nah, bump that. I'm gonna take it one step further. They got Patrick Mahomes as their starting quarterback, right? And Patrick Mahomes got the same contract that he has. This half of what is it? $500 million? What the fuck did he got again?
Ultimately, yeah, it's like $500 million at the end.
Okay, so this $500 million contract that he got, right? And you're sitting there with the 3rd overall pick, and Trey Lance is right there. Are you taking him at quarterback?
No. I mean, shit.
We're getting a rookie contract. Why not?
I mean, it depends who's off the board. If I'm at number 3, if Zach Wilson's
did you say it depends who's off the board?
Yeah. What do you mean?
At 3?
I'm picking 3? Yeah.
At 3?
Well, there's 2. Luke, what do you mean depends on? Yeah, absolutely depends off the board. Would I rather have Trevor Lawrence or fucking Zach Wilson? Absolutely.
Over Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, you saying Patrick Mahomes? You say if I thought you said. All right, hold up. Are you trying to compare Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes right now?
Y'all see how he's trying to change the subject?
No. Whoa, I'm trying to ask you what the hell you're asking me.
My question to you is this:
Because you're trying to compare.
Listen to my question. Listen to my question. Don't ask no question until you heard and understood my question.
I'll go on with your crazy ass analogies. I love you. These things are fucking wild. All right, let's go ahead. Analogy. Explain it again.
So let's go with it. Let's say you got Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, right?
Okay.
And Patrick Mahomes has the same contract that he has now, which is $500 million.
Okay.
And somehow we got the pick that you wanted, which was the 3rd overall pick, and we're picking 3rd overall. And now you're sitting.
Go ahead.
And now you're sitting there with all of your options ahead of you, right? Mm-hmm. I'm asking you, would you still take would you still take Trey Lance, knowing that you have a Patrick Mahomes?
Jesus fucking Christ. This is retarded. I love you, Luke. This one's retarded. Hell no, I'm trading back and I'm filling out because I'm paying this quarterback so damn much and he's fucking amazing. I'm filling out my roster with other pieces to support him. And so what I'm trying to show the people is your biases is coming out in decisions for the Lions, because what your essential thing is with Patrick Mahomes is your whole argument against with Goff and for Lance is about the contract and doing things on a rookie contract. But if you had a true belief in just doing it on the rookie contract, it wouldn't have mattered who the quarterback was, because you want the smaller contract, and it's just that simple. But in this case, wait a minute. Well, hold on, because you need to be educated on how Patrick Mahomes' contract is.
No. Hold on. Let me finish my thought. I'm gonna give you the floor. So, the difference between what you're doing now
is Patrick Mahomes.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is why one of the reasons when we have these conversations, they get confused, because you don't want to sit and hear into the truth. And I'm trying to show where there's a bias on your part that you don't want to acknowledge.
Luke, there's a bias when you fucking
no. So just listen.
Because ultimately you're gonna compare Jared Goff to Patrick Mahomes. It's not the situation we have.
No. What I'm doing is this.
My contract with Patrick Mahomes.
Y'all see
everything.
Y'all see in real time.
They see you trying to fucking.
Y'all see in real time that he won't even let me finish the thought, because I'm going to show y'all why he's making these decisions and why he feels so strong about certain things. But he don't want me to see. Don't want me to show that. That's why he's going to try to overtalk.
No, it's nothing with me wanting to show anything, Luke. You're trying to fucking compare Patrick Mahomes to Jared Goff. That's two different fucking. Yeah, it's a different contract. They're different fucking players. Like, the fuck you talking about? Yes, I'd rather have Patrick Mahomes. I'm a build around Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is an amazing quarterback. In comparison to the fucking Jared Goff, are you kidding me?
Again, am I going to be able to finish my opinion?
It's fucking terrible, Luke. I love you, but I can't even roll with that one.
Okay,
If my
then
quarterback
why have the conversation if you're not willing to hear the argument? There's no point to have the conversation.
But don't use the best quarterback.
No. Your logic is what I'm finna show don't make sense, and I'm telling you it's based on biases. That's why you're making the decisions you're making.
Well, so if you
but you don't want me to do that. That's why you want to over talk. So just give me a minute to talk, and I'll give you the floor. That's all I'm asking. It can be nonsense to you, but to a person to a logical brain, they can hear it. Your whole argument, the entire time, from the get-go, from the time that this draft started, has always been that it is better for a team to get a quarterback on a rookie contract.
Correct.
Now that stop right there, don't interrupt me no more. He literally said that the best thing is for him to get him a rookie contract. The moment,
don't say that I said
no. See, there you go jumping in. And this is why we cannot have. This is why we cannot have.
I'm not gonna.
I didn't put the words in your mouth. I asked you the question, and you answered
multiple times.
I asked you the question.
That amount of money.
No.
Even back to Matthew Stafford. I
asked you 1,000 times.
He said, because if you're gonna say I said, you need to say everything I said in full. Don't paint it like
you said. You just said that you. People can hear you talking, man. The problem is you won't stop talking.
If you heard me talk in the past, you understand we can't. Matthew Stafford isn't worth
we can't have the conversation, people, because he won't allow it to be had.
I can't let you say shit that I never said.
Take a second, easy,
because there's context behind
it. Easy. Take a second.
No,
and just stop and listen.
I'm telling you. Look, if you're going to tell me, if you're going to paint this analogy, right?
No. Listen, nobody came here to hear us. Nobody came here to hear us argue like two golden girls. They came here to hear us talk and have an objective conversation between one another. Because if you're going to about certain things, I asked you a question. If the moment I asked you a question, you went away from it. And I'm telling you that what you're doing is you're interfering in a healthy conversation.
I'm gonna let you talk, but
but you haven't let me talk. And the minute I pointed out something that you just said, you started talking.
Because that's not you point shit out, Luke. I'm correcting you in your statement. If you're gonna make my case for me, if you're gonna say my statement, right? I just want you to give it with the proper context. Don't say that I said something without mentioning the fact that I also said Jared Goff isn't worth this money, right? Not Patrick Mahomes isn't worth this money. Jared Goff isn't worth this money.
I'm gonna let you just talk to yourself at this point, because there's no point for me to have the conversation.
You're gonna say because
no.
Context or something.
I'm gonna let you have the conversation by yourself.
Like that's like if you're gonna say that I said something out of my mouth, like for me, make sure you give the proper context. Is all I'm asking. Because if not, it's just disrespectful, and you're gonna try to make me sound like a dumbass off of it. Make sure you give the proper context before it. If you're gonna do that, that's all I'm asking. You could talk. Thank you. You're twisting my words, Luke. Multiple times when I said this shit, it was Jared Goff. Jared Goff isn't worth this amount of money. Matthew Stafford isn't worth X amount of money. Don't say purely just this. You got to give it context. I'm just saying when you telling people what I said, please just do it with context.
For the people still in the chat, I'm still here, but I'm not in the interest of having a conversation that can't be had between two people. I asked a question, he answered yes to it, and I proceeded to talk. And each time I start to talk, he jumps in and let me correct you. I asked you the question. You answered the question.
My words, Luke. Even
I can't twist anything. I asked you a question. you agreed to the question and answered it. I don't know how can I twist something that's been agreed
behind it. You're gonna go into the story and say on and on, but
there is no nothing that led to anything, because I never got to my point because you're on some bullshit. You got to put the context and try to stop it because you knew that your thing is not making sense. That's why I did not want to have a conversation if the person is not willing to listen to it. I'm not interested in having a conversation if you can't do it. You can disagree. You can disagree and you can go back on the other part of it. But to sit here and every time I make a point, you want to chime in. That's not how we're going to have this conversation.
But Luke, I'm not going to allow you to make a point by fucking twisting my words.
What word did I twist?
I'm telling you, you got to get the context behind this.
No. See, again, you're passing the question. What words did I twist?
Detroit Black. he's definitely gonna get a chance. 100%, 1,000%. He's gonna get 2 years.
Again, what words did I twist? That's 3 times, and I still have yet to get an answer. You want to correct everything. What words did I twist?
I told you multiple fucking times, Luke. I said Jared Goff isn't worth that amount of money. I'm not paying fucking this certain quarterback.
What words did I twist?
Hell.
That's 4 times, y'all. Y'all
I just fucking answered you. I can't, Luke. I love you.
What word did I twist? That's 5 times.
I answered you, Luke. If you
and what were the words that I twisted? What were the words?
I'm not gonna repeat myself, Luke. You fucking heard me.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, y'all clearly see that ain't no words being twisted. He did not answer what words are being twisted. I literally asked him.
So pause.
I literally asked him.
Let's let the chat.
Okay, listen.
Did I not answer?
Let's try this. Let's try this. Can I please talk without you jumping in or saying anything?
All right. If you're gonna talk though, don't say
no. Hold on. Can I please talk without you answering or saying anything?
As long as you put words in my mouth, yes.
If you have to chime in, then there's no point to have the conversation. I'm here to have a conversation.
Okay. So if you're gonna do it,
I asked a question. And I said that the whole entire time that since the draft thing became up as an issue, that Easy's view has always been that you would be better served getting the quarterback on a rookie contract because it's better for the team in the long haul. And then I asked you the question, and Easy said yes. And then I said, and with that going forward, let's point out the truth. The only reason that these biases are coming out is because he likes Patrick Mahomes, right? He does not like Jared Goff. And so now, because he does not like Jared Goff, now it's more valuable because I don't like Jared Goff. And I got quotation marks in the air because I don't like Jared Goff. We got to take a quarterback at 7. That is not how this works. When you're taking a quarterback of any sort, of any time, of any way, the quarterback, you don't take him just because you don't like the other quarterback. I ain't gonna say he was down on Stafford, but he thought it was time to move on from Stafford based on contract. And so when a person is consistent in their truth, it doesn't matter who the person is. It's about the contract. So if my contract is the only thing that matters for me, then that's the only thing that's going to always matter because I'm worried about the contract. The contract is what I'm looking at. I want to set myself up on the long haul by having a rookie contract if that's my truth. Like for me, my truth is I don't care who the team is, winning teams run the ball. The evidence supports that. So I don't care who my quarterback is, Patrick Mahomes, Jesus himself. I want the ball ran. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Things that are true across every platform. They don't need no explanation to it. They're truth. All I'm pointing out to it is this. If it was any other quarterback besides somebody he personally didn't like, he would not be saying take a quarterback. Because I use the example of Patrick Mahomes because he got that that $500 million deal. And if we're going off of the logic that you're saying, Easy, that based on that's not going to work, you should be saying, no, we got to get rid of that $500 million deal to get that rookie contract, but you're not. And so I'm only pointing out to you that one, your biases are coming out because you don't like the person. That's it. And so I get it. I understand it. But me, I'm a fan of football first. And when I go through and I look at football first, Trey Lance don't stack up. He just don't. He's somebody that if you took in the first round, you better take him in the first round with a bona fide game plan and an already made team. Like Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott was taken in the 4th round, right? And came to an already made team. And he had success. But let's say Dak Prescott was taken in the 1st and he went to a team like Detroit. We ain't talking about Dak Prescott. And he's a dual threat quarterback. We ain't talking about him. If Russell Wilson went to the Detroit Lions, he's not Russell Wilson. If Tom Brady went to the Detroit Lions or the Cleveland Browns, he's not Tom Brady. Why? They go into systems that set him up. Even Josh Allen. You see how they did Josh Allen? They had a number of key components, and then they went out and further aided in getting key components, and they allowed him to sit, but they didn't have. They did it the way you wanted it, where they said we're going to go with the rookie contract, and they went out and got people like Tyrod Taylor for cheap. Fitzpatrick for cheap and all them other people for cheap, and then they moved him in. But all I'm pointing out to the people is for you, this ain't about you being a super fan of Lance. This is about you not liking fucking Goff, and that's cool. That's cool. But say that. Say that. I don't like Goff, and because I don't like Goff, I want a quarterback now. It's like that commercial. It's my money and I need it now. I get it. But Goff in and of itself ain't hurting nothing. Floor yours.
I don't like Goff. I like rookie deals.
That's not true.
I like rookie deals.
That's not true. You already said if you had Patrick Mahomes,
I wouldn't mind Jared Goff if we weren't paying him $25 million a year.
That's just not true. You don't like rookie deals,
but you like Patrick Mahomes. Fuck yeah, I like Patrick Mahomes. Like it's the best fucking quarterback. Like that's a whole different like to make the comparison. Jared Goff.
Nobody is comparing Jared Goff to Patrick Mahomes, and you're not understanding that the thing I'm comparing is your view. I'm comparing your view of you coming on
upon the player.
Your view
changed upon your team.
Because
but there's still philosophy. If I have a Patrick Mahomes, then fuck yeah, my draft strategy.
But if you like rookie contracts,
hold on, Luke, because I just let you talk for 5 minutes. A bunch of bullshit.
Go ahead.
So okay, thank you. Hey. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Easy. I'm chilling here in my basement. There's a spider crawling on my wall. No, I'm playing. It's not a spider. But look,
I'm saying really quick though. If a spider crawl on my wall, y'all, I'm getting the fuck up and I'm out. I don't play with spiders, bro. I'm serious. A heart attack. I'm out. I'm telling you 100%.
Thanos would fucking win.
I'm telling, bro. Listen, I'm telling you right now. You can literally come to me in a fight and pull out a tarantula. You won, bro. I don't care. You won. I'm getting the fuck away from. I can't. I don't deal with spiders, bro. I don't. Really? They just nasty. They nasty.
Like normal size spiders,
bro. I'm itching right now thinking about it. Like, matter of fact, change the subject. Just change the subject. We ain't gonna talk about no spiders, bro.
I got you. This is facts. I heard you speak on that before, but. Does the situation change upon the players that you have? Yes. Does the fact remain true? Like, hey, I'm not as pressed for a quarterback in the need of like when I have Patrick Mahomes, but I can still take a guy late. Yeah, like that situation. You're still gonna. I would still take a rookie QB just to sit on it at some point in the draft, even if I have a Patrick Mahomes. Because if that shit ain't working, it ain't working. The other thing that's different too is contracts. Is like, I can't get rid of Patrick Mahomes for only $11 million next year. Or I can't get rid of him for nothing in 3 years. I came with Jared Goff. Like this the philosophy of having a quarterback on a cheaper deal still remains the same. That yes, that benefits your team. If you look in the history of the Super Bowl winning teams, that's been the case. That's been the scenario. Again, the only two quarterbacks that have won not on a team friendly deal have been Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is the second highest on the uncapped year because of the lockout coming back from that. But I'm still always gonna want, eventually, if you're building a team and Patrick Mahomes isn't in the conversation, yeah, you're gonna want a quarterback on a rookie deal because football, we both agree, is a team sport. You argue against the quarterback wins all the time. So if I have more cap space to fill out more of my team, like that's just I'm taking that all day. That's how you win. That's proven history of how you win.
But that's not what you just said, though.
What did I just? Oh man, I don't want you to say what I just said because you'd be twisting shit.
I didn't twist anything. You said just now. The first thing you started out with was you're a fan of rookie contracts. I said that's not true. You then turned around and you brought this whole thing in that you could fill out your team with more. And I said it's still not true because I gave you a guy with a $500 million deal, and you would still take the $500 million deal.
Contracts, yes, and that's why if I had a Patrick Mahomes, I'm trading that pick to fill my team out with more rookie contracts.
Okay, so now, okay, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole with you. Now, since you want to try, first of all, can we put Steve-O's thing on there? Because I love how you put the whole "I was twisting your words" lie up there. Put the one where it says Steve-O says Luke is right. Easy doesn't want to like Goff because he had high hopes on getting a mobile rookie quarterback. Can we put that on the screen?
That's not what. No, because that's not true. I don't like Goff because we're also paying him $25+ million a year.
Oh. So that's not true, but I twisted. Okay. All right. Okay. And this is why I don't say nothing, but okay. So now,
yes, I don't like. Okay.
Listen. You already declared that true statement wasn't true. we already clear on what's going on here. But I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Though, there's more context behind than just that.
I know.
You
just
don't know because you're trying to use it as an argument. It's dry.
I'm not using it as nothing. I'm merely saying you put that first thing of this, saying I'm twisting your words when all I did was ask you a question that you said yes to. I'm twisting your words. I didn't twist anything. You're saying what you want to say. Now you're saying that you just want rookie contracts. So if that's the case, if all you want is rookie contracts, then I'm telling you that now we don't have a debate, right? Because at this point, I don't have to talk about Trey Lance because all you want is rookie contracts, and I can get any rookie contract with the 7th overall pick. It don't have to be Trey Lance. You have to agree with that because that's all you want is a rookie contract, right?
I like team friendly deals in general. You fill out your entire team. Philosophies change. I mean, right. that philosophy, the quarterback on a rookie deal, makes the reason why that's primary to me is that you pay a quarterback most money, the most important position in football. If you have a quarterback on a rookie deal, you can afford more contracts. If you have a quarterback on a big ass deal, you better fill out your team with some rookie contracts because you're not going to be able to afford veterans.
The people hear you talking. I don't got to explain it. All I'm gonna tell y'all is this, people. At the end of the day, if you're paying attention and you're truly listening, then you will understand what this is all about. Okay. And all I'm going to point out to you is this. Because, like I said, the Lions are viewing it from a way of winning that makes sense. It is more important for you to go out and fill a hole with any pick that you have. It's one of the reasons I got so mad that Everson Griffin got traded for, because I was like, he's not going to come in and change anything. The problem isn't player personnel, it's the trash system by the head coach. And the head coach is trash. And the people he hired is trash. And I'm putting them all underneath the bus. The guy who hired the head coach is trash for hiring that bum and then making a standard that he can't even live up to himself. I'm about things being true. Like, for example, if you take any living thing that's a mammal and you hold its head underneath water, it's going to fight to breathe, right? Like, that's just the natural reaction of it.
Whales are mammals.
Well, but they got to come up to get breath. It don't matter. They got to take a breath. They don't just stay down there in the water. Dolphins are mammals too, and they come up and take a breath. My point still holds true. If I
have to come up, I'll back and look it up.
Who don't have to come up? Whales? Now you want to argue with me on animals? Whales? Never mind. Listen.
No, I disagree. I said I don't know.
They have to come up to breathe. They have to. Like, I don't like if you ever sharks can stay in water.
I looked it up.
Sharks can stay in water.
Whales are mammals, so they need to come up to the surface to breathe air. They breathe through nostrils on the top of their heads called blowholes. When a whale surfaces to fill its lungs with fresh air, warm air escapes from its blowhole.
Right. They have to come up to breathe. And if I held it down, which I don't know how I would hold down a goddamn whale, but if I held it, I'm just saying, if I held it down, I promise you it's going to do what it takes to get that breath of air. I'm just going to tell you the truth. So that's the truth. Like, there's the truth. Everything that lives will die. Truth. This is not me making it up. So with something that's true across the board, I tend to look at it and say, how can I look at that truth and not argue with it? And for me, the Lions are doing it right. I suspect that the Lions are going to do something that many of you not going to like. But I don't think Trey Lance is on their watch list. I think there are two quarterbacks that if for some strange reason they fall, they will take in the first round. Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. And I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to fall. But if Zach Wilson fall, they will take Zach Wilson. They will not take Trey Lance. And the reason they will not take Trey Lance,
I'll take Zach Wilson too. I take Lawrence and Wilson over Lance.
Right, because they're better players and have a bigger body of work that show that they're more consistent in their play versus a guy who had one good year. That's it.
I mean, they're just more like yeah. They're more involved. Yeah, they're more ready to go. They're better players right now.
Like even though Zach Wilson had one season, even though he had that one season, he still was in games where you can see he was consistent in what he was doing. But I'm just saying that I think the Lions, I got something different up their sleeves, and that Trey Lance is not on their board. He's just too raw. And I don't think that if I'm a new GM or a new coach, I'm hitching my wagon to a guy who has more question marks. The last time we took a guy who's a project, which some people say he was a success, and I say he was a failure, was Ziggy Ansah. I thought Ziggy Ansah was a failure because while Ziggy Ansah numbers looked it better without Sue, he was more effective with Sue, such as Aaron Donald. But Aaron Donald numbers still look good without Sue. So I don't really do it like that. But Ziggy, to me, was one of them guys that if he was delivered to his hype, you see what happened when he got over to Seattle, he was not a factor. He was either hurt, and when he was in games, he wasn't even getting close to the person. He was still so raw. And so for me, I'm not investing or taking the time into doing it. When you had the video with Sean, which I love, where Sean pointed out, like, if you watched him, which I did watch Russell Wilson, I didn't realize, I was like, I didn't realize he came out that draft, but two, when he got took in the third round, I was like, he made it to the third round. All he did was win.
Yep. Shameless plug real quick. Make sure y'all check that out after 2.
And so to me, I'm just saying that none of the only quarterback is no longer on the table for the Lions, but they got to say it. They got to show up, and they got to make it look like it's still a possibility. But real NFL executives are like, the Lions are not taking a quarterback. But the Lions are trying to play on the emotions of these quarterback needy teams, trying to get them to do certain things. Kenny G just signed with New York Giants. Good for him. Good for him.
What? That's dope.
They should have let him walk in the first place.
Are you? Because I personally, hot take, judge it if you want, my opinion. I haven't given up on Daniel Jones. I think he can still be serviceable. Where you at with him?
Any player, I'm not necessarily giving up on any player. I have to see them in the system, and he was not in the system. They took him with the idea that he was supposed to sit, and then they forced him into the starting lineup because fans hated Eli Manning. They should have left Eli Manning alone, and they should have did some things differently. To me, you make mistakes when you do stupid stuff. You're going to pay Kenny Galladay, but then pay Odell Beckham Jr. and then trade him. like I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Is the cap room higher than when Odell got paid?
No, what happened was, I think in that situation with them, with Odell was basically done with them. He was like, F y'all, leave me alone. Only way I'm staying here if y'all pay me and y'all do this, this, and this. And so they basically caved in and gave him the money. But if they was thinking how I was thinking, especially in that draft, because every year freaking receivers come out a dime a dozen. It's just a lot of receivers. I don't know why. It's a lot of receivers in football. It's a lot of cornerbacks in football. It's a lot of running backs in football. Mm-hmm. Your chance, if you miss on if you took 2 quarterbacks, you could probably get 2 busts. It's a higher chance. But the receiver, you take two receivers, you're probably going to get a hit or a hit miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare for you to get 2 miss. You just got to be stupid.
Quarterbacks is harder to like. This is a harder position to fulfill. I
just don't, like I said, to me, Kenny Galladay, in my opinion, is one of them people that I honestly think may not understand it or may not get it, but I wouldn't have went to New York because, you got Daniel Jones over there, but that team will still run the ball first because Saquon Barkley is the star. So you ain't finna get these touches. you ain't got that dude with that cannon throwing that mud down there to you no more. You ain't finna get them touches. Mm-hmm. You gonna have to be a route runner.
And I'm gonna get him on the show too. I think we're gonna talk about Kyle Pitts. We'll talk Trey Lance too. But draft scout Scott Bischoff, he's pointed out that about Kenny Galladay too. It's like when you look at his success, it never comes off separation. It comes off more like jump catches or 50-50 balls, or like Stafford, you know what I'm saying, giving them the opportunity to go get it. We'll see if Daniel Jones is that or can do that.
You're not going to get that from Daniel Jones. You're just not. Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I don't put him in that type of category either.
No, Daniel Jones tries to sit in the pocket, but even when he take off and run, y'all
remember he got some legs, bro. He surprised me last year.
I wasn't surprised. I was surprised that somebody, some Casper, the friendly sniper, sniped him on that long run. But
you see that I made of it,
bro. I still don't understand. It's just
a lot of choppers in your ass.
Yeah, I just don't understand. To me, if you're picking a team and you're trying to go to a team for success, pick a team that gives you the best chance for success. I want to know what his contract is, because if he didn't sign a 1-year deal, he's stupid. He's stupid, in my opinion. The cap is down. It's going to go up next year. You're better served going out playing 1 year, making just enough money, and then telling them, hey, I balled out. Pay me.
He said, really, this 4K science. I'm back behind these comments. Yeah. I mean, what's the details? Did he say how long?
I don't see anything. I don't see anything on details.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of the things.
What
did he say? What the fuck he said? Dr. D, take the wind out of his sail. See if he wants to salvage his career and fight. Luke says it all the time. Pressure does two things: makes diamonds or breaks. Yeah, that's the only thing he can do.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to click on that one.
Kenny G signs a 4-year, $72 million deal worth $40 million guarantee.
I will say this. We got some guys at the station that played, and some guys that come in that currently on the roster or recently retired, and there are some issues that began to raise about Kenny G off field once he started having some success.
My
already said they're talking about he partying a little bit too much, like at practice. Then obviously you had the situation where he, missing games, putting the question as to why. But also, like I said, when he was showing up to practice at times in the losing season, smelling like booze and stripper booty.
I'm not. I hate those kind of. You know what? Honestly, I hate those kind of reports, because where was those reports when he was on the field?
So those aren't reports, though. Those are inside sources, I guess you call. I mean, I don't really, people.
Yeah. Again, where were they at then? Now that he's having to hit the market and trying to get money elsewhere, now he's a douchebag. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. The same way the media did Patricia, I thought that was trash. The same way they tried to do Dan Campbell was trash. Bringing up stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah,
they don't even question politics that hard.
You got guys like Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia looking for jobs, and of course, to get a job, they're gonna play the blame game a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
The fuck he say? And technically, a whale's head does not mean to leave water, just a blowhole. Technically, I can keep my head underwater as long as my nose is out for me to breathe. What's your point?
Steve, I saw that shit too, bro. I was like, this dude looks like a fucking 7th grader. Like, what the? How does he like survive the NFL this far?
The system. These system quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I've come out. I said this too. We have the draft capital to build something successful around Goff. Do I think we'll do it? No, because I think we're kind of too late in that process. We're paying him $25 million a fucking year. I'm just not with it. For what he does for a system quarterback, a guy just follow the rules or do what he did. Like, I'd rather get a guy on a lesser contract so I get more pieces around him in case he fuck up.
Well, look, I got a few more minutes, man, and then I got to run. But yeah, listen, Lions fans, I'm gonna say this to y'all loud and clear. Let me turn my mic on. Yep, that worked. Let me see. Yep, that worked too. Let me la. That worked too. Jared Goff, your quarterback. Stop with the bullshit, okay? He's your quarterback. There's no reason for you to try to create anything other than what it is. He's your quarterback. You didn't want Stafford. He's gone. Stop bitching about every time we get a new quarterback. I'm sick of it. This is quarterback number 19, and we still bitching. Please stop. Like, I don't understand that no matter who plays quarterback, it's always amazing to me how Lions fans find some kind of way to love the next person on another damn team, but never look at why they're successful. Stop it. You wanted Stafford gone, he's gone. Stop bitching about it. You wanted a new quarterback, you got one. It's Jared Goff. Stop bitching about it. That time is sale, okay? And the people who want to sit here and play the, well, you know, man, you know, I think we could have did this, man, because, you know, I wanted to stop it. At this point, you look like one or two things, a complainer or somebody who's just unhappy, a hater. You get what you want, you ask for what you want, stop bitching about it. If they win, we won't bitch. That's the whole point. I get it. But we bitching on the quarterback who ain't took a snap yet. And so if we're gonna go on that route to bitch about a quarterback who ain't took a snap, I'm gonna say it loud and clear. Stop complaining. Let him take a snap, then judge him on that. Like, period. Then judge him. Because I know one thing. All right. Without a shadow of a doubt, that it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Y'all just want a winner. So say you want a winner, but stop complaining and saying it's all the quarterback. The last time we had a good team that could win, the quarterback was Eric freaking Kramer. Nobody ever says he's the GOAT. You don't even hear about him in Lions history for real. And there's a reason for it. So we can't keep blaming the quarterback. Okay? We can't. So it's just food for thought, man. Just food for thought. We can't keep blaming the quarterback. The quarterback in and of himself cannot win these games by themselves. They are dependent upon everything else. It's just the way it is. It's been that way from the get. I love Allen Iverson. He couldn't do it by himself, bro. He couldn't. Allen Iverson can go and score 50, 60 points a game, and they would lose. I remember Kobe. Was that Kobe who did like what did Kobe score, like 81? what was the points he put up? And they could not win the game.
I think because they won, didn't they?
No, they lost one of them games. He scored like a lot of points and they lost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he wanted to get traded that season. Real quick though. Shout out to Devin 99, bro. I ain't seen my man so long. What up, though, Devin? I feel like he might have been mad at me about something.
He wasn't no mad at you, man. What you talking about?
For a minute.
Devin be on as many videos he can find. He subscribed and hit the notification bell on everybody. Put the respect on that man's name. And he ain't gonna say it no more. All three of y'all. He ain't gonna say it no more.
Hey, someone messaged me and said that we're gonna get a comp pick out of the Prater deal too.
We get a comp pick if we do not sign someone as comparable or better than Kenny Galladay. He had to be somebody that is not signed that is better. So if we mess around and we sign, say, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about Prater's deal because of what he got paid.
It's not about what they get paid. It's about what the team lost and where, like, it's a weird formula.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it's a weird formula. But the biggest part is we have to not have a player that's better than him. That's the problem. If you go out and get a player that's better than him, you effed up. You're probably not getting a comp pick for him. Like, everybody's like, oh, we get a comp pick for Jerry Davis. No, we don't. Not unless
just based off the money they receive. But let me see. Overthecat.com. That's the one you like, right?
Yep.
All right, let me click on them. The formula used to award compensatory draft picks developed by NFL Management Council had. Okay, hold on. I just want the fucking. Here we go. The basics. A compensatory free agent shall be defined as an unrestricted free agent who signed with another club during the prior free agency signing period prior to 4 p.m. New York time on Monday following the NFL draft for that league year. Following the NFL draft. We haven't had the draft yet. Ranked within the top 35%. Okay, so
go ahead.
Fucking. Why does this ain't making sense to me? Because the draft ain't happened yet.
Well, it's because they take into all account of all these things. If you go out, like, for example, the Vikings, when they got rid of Diggs, they replaced Diggs with Justin Jefferson.
Here, clubs that lose other to other clubs, a greater number of free agents than they sign or acquire from other clubs shall be eligible to receive compensatory draft selection.
Exactly.
So, okay. So as long as we don't sign more, well, that's in the top 35%. So as long as we don't sign more contracts within the top 35%, then we lose.
Right. In other words, meaning you find a player who's just as comparable or better. So if they go out and they find a player who's like they make a trade, right? Let's say they mess around, they make a trade, or they sign a player that's like,
oh, we're good then.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to look at it. Like we're not going to get one for Jared Davis because
oh fuck. Do you think we're gonna draft a kicker or sign one?
We signed a kicker.
Oh, we did?
What's his name? Bullock? Whatever his name is, Bullock from the Bengals.
We signed a kicker?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see that. I'm about to look him up now.
It's somebody Bullock or something like that.
Signed kicker.
So just saying.
Yep, Randy Bullock.
Something like that. I knew it was
I've been so busy at work. It's crazy because I work at a sports station. And I'm still fucking I haven't even seen what my bracket did yet. All I've seen is Ohio State lost.
What happened?
No, I've been so busy like working. I ain't even see my checking my bracket.
No, go back. Did you say Ohio? They in the tournament they lost?
Hell yeah, they lost.
Well, my bracket done. That bracket is shut. I had them lose in the next round, bro.
Yeah, gone, man.
Hey, who else took an L? Okay. Who else took an L? I'm mad as hell. My whole bracket done off of one game.
Oh my god! I wish I didn't click on that one.
Like, okay, what they say?
I ain't want to tell you. I ain't gonna say it. It's weird.
Oh, come on, Dr. Detroit. You that?
Saw it? Oh yeah,
I saw it. That's ridiculous. Come on, Dr. Detroit.
We're gonna want to be here.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I have fun on here and stuff, but man, please watch what you say to me. It's some things there's some lines that we can't cross. I know you think jokes are funny, but please don't do that. I'm respectfully asking you to just not do it, please.
I feel like you dressed that fairly.
I think that was pretty respectful. I try to be respectful about it, you know. Yeah. Because if we was in person, we wouldn't talk like that. That's not how we talk to each other.
Unless he had a spider on him, though.
Stop playing, bro. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, it is what it is. I've said, listen, bro. I was in a football game, right? We had this play. Where if we knew it was going to be a read option, like if we knew without a shadow of a doubt, it was a RPO. They would call Wolverine, which means I get to blitz. So I will run up and I will put my hand in the dirt off the edge from the middle linebacker, and everybody would shift over to the side that we knew that they were going to do it on. And so this what they call it, a daddy long leg or whatever. Mm-hmm. All I know is I felt something crawling up my arm, and I looked down and I saw it, and I freaked, and I jumped up and I took off running, and they called the play, bro. And because I'm completely took myself out the play, they scored a touchdown. My coach was so mad. He's like, "Man, get over here." I said, "What's up?" What's up, coach? What's up? What the hell happened? I said, a spider crawled on me, coach. A spider? Man, sit your ass down. I said, listen, coach, you could be mad, but damn it, I'm safe. So you can kiss my ass. I can care less about what you're talking about over here. I'm not playing around with you. You did. I literally gave up a touchdown because that thing crawled on my arm. And I'm not, when I tell you I'm scared of them things, I'm scared. Snakes don't bother me. Roaches don't bother me. Bed bugs sort of bothers me, but I can handle certain things.
Roaches bother me, man. I think Men in Black did it to me.
Bro, listen, you got the kind of work I do, I see that on a regular basis. You feel me? So if it's gonna bother me, I'm in trouble. I can't work. But them 8-legged freaks, nah, bro. Nah, I'm good. I'm just putting it out there, man. Just putting it out there. But yeah, I gotta run, man. I told you I gotta take. Look, Luke got that phobia 100%. It is not a game, bro. Like I'm not. Like you can have a lizard on you. Okay, a lizard. Pull out a man. My friend, I got a friend. We call him Reptile, and he likes like exotic animals like that. And he got tarantulas and stuff. I'm going to that man's house. I'm having a cookout.
You don't go in. You never been in?
No, hell no. He bought a brand new house. Won't go in there because he got a tarantula in there. I don't know where that thing at.
Man,
he got a little. Man, it's ridiculous, bro. He walks around with it on his shoulder. He's all, man, no, fuck that. He'd be like, man, you want to give me hugs? Nope, I'm good. Stay over there.
Yes, sir. And Marcus Willis said, Wilbur Sports, let's go. That tis the
Marcus
spot.
Willis, what's going on, bro?
Shit, dog. I'm trying to get
So what we doing? We giving them the final thoughts then?
Yeah, man. Go and shoot with the final thoughts.
All right, man. Listen, appreciate y'all coming here. If y'all have not hit that like and subscribe button, then what y'all doing, man? There's always gonna be some content over here, even if it's crazy. It's fun. You know what I mean? I like to end the show on a positive note. I think today I'm gonna give a quote from my grandmother. Well, grandma told me that she told me that the juice of a fruit is only as sweet as the thirst in which you have. I was like, what the hell that means, grandma? And she broke it down like this. Anything that you are doing or trying to do in life or trying to succeed at or want to be better will only be savored when you understand where you came from and accept that juice, because your thirst for better is going to be there. And I said to grandma, well, grandma, how did that apply to me? And she hit me with the most common grandmother thing she can say, which is shit or get off the toilet. In other words, you have to be able to find some semblance of thirst to drive you to your goal. You can't just be satisfied with all the hard work that go into it, get to the destination and stop. Keep that drive going, right? If your goal is to be the world's greatest video game player, then you ain't putting in enough hours, right? If your goal is to get more money and you only willing to work one job, you probably ain't giving it your all. You got to figure out ways to keep yourself motivated and push through all the BS, because the one thing that you're going to forever deal with is BS. The problem is those who fail to fight through it are bound to drown. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't be one of the people who are bound to drown. As always, make sure you hit those buttons to get my mans up in there. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
We out.